My name is Mike Hoplight. I work here at the VA in Buffalo, New York on the 9th floor, Alpha, and I'm the DRO, dining room orderly. I take care of the coffee, tea, and make sure everybody, all the veterans are taken care of. And I work for the American Red Cross as a representative here, service to armed forces. I went in the Army in 1967. I was stationed at a Hercules base just outside of Chicago, and we all were called up on a boots and saddle move because of the Russians invading Czechoslovakia in 1968, and all the military police had to go to West Germany. And at that time I was a dog handler, and I had to turn my dog in, and on an airplane to West Germany. And from there they split us up to take in refugees on the Czech border and the West German border. And I was very fortunate to be assigned to West Berlin, where I worked at Checkpoint Charlie. I worked on the wall as a wall rat, and served there for over 3 years. When I came back to CONUS, I decided to go into the Army Reserve, and I spent 23 and a half years in there, and I retired at 28 years and 9 months at E7. And then I decided to join the Red Cross, and I worked on mass care, and I worked on national disasters, from hurricanes to floods to tornadoes to wildfires all over the nation. And then the Red Cross was looking for deployable people to go to Afghanistan and Iraq, and I applied for that job. And I spent 1 year at Fort Drum with the Red Cross, and then I was sent to Baghdad in 2007 during the surge, and then I went back to Baghdad in 2010, and then I went to Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan in 2012. And right now I am working with the Red Cross in service to armed forces. I am the lead volunteer for Western and Central New York. And our main function is to brief military families and to correspond and make sure that all messaging goes forward and the command gets a good message to bring this individual home on emergency leave. Well, I worked in Veterans Court in Buffalo, and now the new Veterans Court in Niagara Falls, New York. I also am on the national committee for the VA in DC for cemeteries and memorials. This is an organization and committee that we have no power, but we make suggestions to the director. He gives us assignments to research. And right now, our assignment is Native Americans and the 5% of veterans that we can't reach that are in Alaska. So what happens is that the VA promises to give you a place to rest after you leave us. And we are making sure that Native Americans have that opportunity to be buried in a VA cemetery. And we work on that program remotely, but this year is the first year that we'll meet together in June. Also, I work on a committee, and it's called Missing in America. And a few years ago, if you remember, we had the remains of 7 military personnel that were left at funeral parlors all over Western New York. And with no family to claim them, The Patriot Riders picked up the ashes in government issued urns with a rose on each one, and they were escorted to Bath, New York for a proper burial. Right now, with Missing in America, we are trying to inform and educate every funeral parlor director on what the process is when they go to bury a veteran. Most cemeteries or funeral parlors don't, you can tell my age by saying funeral parlor, a funeral home that don't know how to get a honor guard, how to get a flag, that they are buried for free with their spouse at our national cemeteries, which we have one now within 50 miles of Buffalo and Corfview, New York. So our whole function is to make sure that these veterans are not missing out on their benefits for funerals. Well, the VA and the Red Cross has given me the opportunity to still serve. And after my retirement, I was looking for an outlet for my energy and my time, and I was very lucky that the VA opened up the daycare center to me, which is now closed, and when I was asked to come up to 9 Alpha here. So our motto, or my motto, is to serve and not to be served. So to serve our fellow veterans in need is the most important thing. As you know, we have a program here, No Veteran Dies Alone, and we're finding out that a lot of our older veterans do not have family, were never married, and so we're not going to leave them up here by themselves. So when the staff knows that this veteran is on the doorstep of leaving us, one of the veterans that work in the No Veteran Dies Alone program will sit with that veteran until he passes. We wouldn't leave you on the battlefield by yourself. We're not going to leave you in a bed at the VA by yourself. That you're not alone. You have so many brothers and sisters that care about you, and that all you have to do is reach out, and we'll be there for you to assist and guide and make sure you're on the right road back to recovery. If you're interested in volunteering at one of the facilities at the VA here, and you want to do it under the auspice of the Red Cross, you would call Lisa Taby at the Delaware branch, or you would come here and ask for volunteer services, and you would be recruited, tested, background check, and start on a very rewarding career in volunteerism. One of the things that I do here beside working on this floor is I work in escort. And escort's always looking for individuals as the DMV, the DAV. And the DAV needs drivers and escort needs pushers. What we do is we get a call from a floor that a veteran has to go to an appointment, or from the appointment back to their room, and we're sent up there to push the wheelchair, push the bed, and get them back to their location. It's an outstanding thing. You get a chance to communicate and talk to everybody that you meet, and it's very rewarding. Absolutely. As a very small group, we have to stick together, and there's a lot of opportunities that would change every veteran's life by getting involved. I am sure that there are so many places that need volunteers that it's your choice to serve. And it's an honor to serve again, especially with veterans. It makes me feel very, very fortunate to be in the same group, to wear the same uniform that my father did, my grandfather did, my great-grandfather did, and to serve this country. And for people to recognize that is something that is, I'm a loss at words. Every year my granddaughters send me a card on Veterans Day. And I have granddaughters in Florida and here in New York, and it's very touching for me. So I don't think it's lost on anybody. And I think that it's very nice. It makes you feel good. I guess that what I would like to say is that to volunteer, you get blessings more than you can count on. And for you to sit home and watch TV and do nothing and being prepared to die because you're sitting on the porch and your heart is not working as well, get out there, found a volunteer spot, get involved, and the rewards are numerous. You'll be, every day that you go home after you leave a place like this makes you stronger every day. And if you need some help looking at it, stop by and we'll talk and we can lead you in the right direction.